Joining me now is Matt Fortuna, founder of the Inside Zone. Matt, name, image, and likeness rules are complicated because they vary by state and schools. Is Jaden's situation a unique one?
Absolutely, it's very unique. I mean, this is an unregulated industry that's not even 3 full years old yet. So you have all sorts of coloring outside the lines being done by coaches, agents, collectives, players, you name it. And in this case, you have a mega recruit, Jaden Rashada, whose contract was worth up to more than $13 million that he feels wasn't delivered on. So this is certainly a mega story. It's a huge deal. And I'm a little surprised we waited almost 3 full years to get a lawsuit of this magnitude.
Do you think more college athletes will file lawsuits against coaches and boosters?
It's going to be a unique case, this one in particular, that I think a lot of people throughout the industry are following because Jaden Rashada was a huge high school recruit. He plays quarterback where the going rate for NIL deals is much higher than any other position. Again, this $13 million plus figure is an astronomical number, even in the context of quarterback recruiting. This is a situation where in Rashada's case, he felt misled. He turned down other deals, in his opinion, particularly from the University of Miami, in order to go with Florida for a better deal that he feels that they did not follow through on. So I think all eyes will be on this case, and we'll see from here on out what the fallout is.
So if the NCAA's new settlement had been in place when Jaden was deciding on schools, would he have been better protected?
I think so. And in some cases, Florida's better protected right now as well, because there are all sorts of NCAA rules that in this lawsuit would put the Gators under the NCAA spotlight. However, the NCAA announced back in March that they're putting a pause on all NIL investigations after the attorney generals of Tennessee and Virginia filed antitrust lawsuits against the NCAA saying that they cannot investigate NIL or punish schools for NIL violations. So I know the phrase Wild Wild West gets thrown out there a lot in this day and age of college athletics, but I think we're all seeing it come to the surface right now in the case of Jaden Rashada versus Florida's Brass.
So could Jaden's claims bring any repercussions to the University of Florida?
I imagine this eventually gets settled. I can't imagine Florida wants this to get to the discovery phase. However, one wrinkle in this story that you can't ignore, Jaden Rashada just committed to Georgia, which is Florida's arch rival. That adds a whole new element of spice to the Florida-Georgia rivalry. Also, Florida, blue blood coming off a losing season. Coach Billy Napier is squarely on the hot seat going into year 3 in Gainesville, and he has arguably the toughest schedule in the country ahead of him this fall. This is just one more negative headline right now for the Gators, regardless of the legal fallout.
So he's seeking $10 million in damages. What are the chances that Jaden wins this case?
Again, I have a very hard time seeing this not getting settled. He obviously lawyered up. He has a big-time lawyer in Rusty Hardin from Texas, who I know a lot of sports fans are familiar with. And I just think in his case, he's saying he missed out a lot of time. He missed out on money. He missed out on the opportunity of going to Miami. He obviously ended up going to Arizona State last year. He got hurt. He didn't get to play a whole lot. Now he just committed to Georgia. I don't see this getting to the discovery phase. I think it's in all parties' best interest that they can settle here and move forward with, in Florida's case, putting the Jaden Rashada and hopefully last year's terrible season saga behind them and move forward. And I think Jaden Rashada is in a similar case right now where, he feels wronged. I think there are probably players who have had experiences not unlike his that are following this that feel like they feel wrong. And I think in the future of the NCAA, where NIL will eventually come in-house, I believe, and where this is not getting investigated, it's not breaking NCAA rules anymore, there will be some form of quote-unquote guardrails or regulations that protects these student athletes a little bit more from potentially getting screwed out of money the way Jaden Rashada feels he is in this case.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.